Hi, good day. Welcome to Marble Halls TV. And well, it was a bad day. I'm recording this in the morning after, as it were, Monday morning, and it was a bad result. Arsenal won, Wolves 2. Now, before the game, I was confident, kind of, because look, Wolves was never going to be easy. But I thought if we just had the right mentality and we got our tactics right and we were resolute at the back, I thought we could get something. But well, I was wrong. Um, Wolves were the better team, and I think they managed the game better, especially in the second half. Because Nuno brought on, he changed the formation to try and nullify us. I think we definitely had more possession in the second half, not so much chances, but even still, I think it was better game management from Nuno, and really that we didn't create enough. Um, and well, as usual, the old scepter, bad defending, came back in it. So in that regard, um, yeah, I think Wolves deserved the victory. We were poor. Um, we did do well to equalise. Gabriel did get a good header, um, but apart from that, it's just the same old, same old. Arteta, bad game management. Again, this for me, he has to go. Um, yeah, when I say I'm Arteta out, because I think he's done. People can say, oh well, with this group of players, who could do better? Well, that's besides the point. If we keep on losing games and you have no choice but to sack him, it's in a way it's like Manchester United. Ollie's no good, but if you keep on, I know they beat Southampton, but he's still not the right man in my opinion. Because if United get another bad result, then the whole Ollie out train is going to continue. You know, you still have to ensure results in the short term are good, and if the manager you have doesn't facilitate that, you have to get rid of it. Um, Now, I'm not going to talk so much about Teta, but on this game, I think the lineup was alright, the formation was alright, but again, Nuno changed his formation from a back three to a five, even a four at times. We still played the same 4-3-3/4-2-3-1, and again, I think that's what it is game management tactics, and I think you know bad defending and a lack of intensity at the key moments. So for me, that's why we lost this game and deservedly lost. And also, as you can probably see, that David Luiz got injured, but Raul Jimenez, from what I've heard, well, obviously at the game, he was taken to hospital. From what I can hear, he seemed to be pretty um, doing well. So yeah, he hasn't. Hopefully, there's no serious injury for him. But again, Arteta has to go. Simple as that. Um, so yeah, you know, I think going. Okay, I'm gonna do some player ratings, right? Leno, I don't think any of the goals are either his fault. So for me, I'll give him probably a 5. I'll be generous. I'll say a 6. Hector Bellerin, to be honest, I don't think had a terrible game. He tried to get forward. He got a few decent crosses, and then defensively was not that bad really. I think most of their good attacks came in our left. Actually, I'm going to talk about Tini in a little bit, but and then Hector, I'll give a 4. Yeah, I'll give a 5. Um, David Luiz, probably a 4. He did well to continue after getting injured, but again, he was okay. Gabriel, he got the goal, and I think overall he defended okay. He probably did have a hand in both the goals. As I said, I think it was a collective issue, so you can't just single him out. But I'll say a 6 because he got the equaliser. Um, then you have now Kieran Tierney. Now look, I rate Kieran Tierney, but for me, I'm going to call him out to some extent. I think going forward he's good. He gets crosses in. But defensively for me, I've been thinking this for a number of months now. I don't think defensively that's a part of his game he really needs to improve, because he does get caught out of position a lot. Um, and I think Adama, Adama's a good player, but he's not top levels. If this were like a Sterling or I suppose a Song or a Gareth Bale maybe next week when we play the Scum, or a Salah or someone like that, then yeah, you know, let's say a top quality, even someone like a Mason Greenwood who's not world class by any stretch, but is still a very good young player. No one can dispute that. But I can, you can allow it. But Adama, he's a good player, but he's not top levels. But Adama skinned him. He really did. He rinsed him. So for that, I'm gonna give Kieran Tierney probably a 2. That seems harsh, but for me, I don't think he had a good game at all. One of his worst games in his Arsenal tenure thus far. For the simple reason that I do think he needs to improve his one-on-one defending, because I don't think that is a serious weak point in his game. Now, to qualify that, I'm not saying he's shit. He definitely isn't. He's going to play for Scotland in the Euros, definitely. And I'm not saying we should sell him, far fucking from it. I'm just calling out a negative part of his game, which, to be honest, I have been thinking of the last several months. Because in the game at Molineux, right, I remember Adama skinned him. Yes, we won that game, but even still, it was Maitland-Niles who came on in his place because I think he got injured, and it was Maitland-Niles really who locked down Adama. So what does that say? As I said, so for me, that is a serious facet of his game that he needs to improve, and I think quickly. So yeah, Kieran Tierney 2. Xhaka and Ceballos, gonna give a 1. Ceballos for me is dead. I don't rate Xhaka. Xhaka's skill set for me is not what we've ever needed. And Ceballos for me, man wants to replace Modric or eventually Toni Kroos in Real Madrid's midfield. If you're Zizou and you're looking at this, you'll be thinking, well, bruv, you have no place here. Fuck off. 1, Ceballos is crap. Xhaka, don't rate. Saka, he was alright. He was trying to make things happen. So I'm going to give him a 4. Not excellent, but I don't think shit. Willian, he hasn't done well in recent games, but I was impressed. He got not just because he got the assist for Gabriel, but again he was trying to make things happen. He was busy, so I'll give him a 5. Now Captain Aubameyang, and I have to give a 1. You know what? I hate doing this, but probably a 0. That sounds probably exceedingly harsh, but it seems to me, is this some doppelganger, not the real Aubameyang or something? Because he just looked this. He had a couple of chances, a couple of headers that he probably should have done, but he should have done better. And there was also the chance of there was one in the first half where he was in the 6-yard box. There was a good cross in, I think, from Tierney, and I think their defender just got in. If not, he probably would have scored, and I think would have put us either equalised or 2-1 up at that point in the game. But apart from that, yes, he I think over the past season or so, his all-round game has increased in that he does trap back and does work back, but he just looks disinterested. He looks a shadow of the player that we signed from Dortmund, and frankly, literally only a few months ago won us the FA Cup. I was only 1 goal behind Vardy in the Golden Boot race. For me, look, I'm not saying sell Aubameyang or he doesn't deserve to be captain, or I don't rate him or don't love him or respect him anymore. No, far from it, but he needs to seriously sit down and look, and because this is not on. What? Why is there such a chalk and cheese difference? Yeah, if Arteta's worth his salt, he needs to sit down with Albert and say, "Yo, Pierre, what's happening? What's going on? Why this drop off?" And in a way, people are comparing it to Özil. In a way, it's worse than Özil, because Özil did have a run of games, but even before he signed before the contract was announced in January 2018, he did have a good run of games from, say, the beginning of that season. But even the season before, he was still average. But Aubameyang was peak killing him, and then all of a sudden there's a huge chasm drop. Why? I just don't fucking get it. It just makes no fucking sense. Just makes no fucking sense. I don't get it. So yeah, Um, it's just it's just fucking weird. So for me, my man, my captain, my striker has to get a zero. He generally does because he did nothing in this game. Absolutely fuck all. The subs, um, who came on? Lacazette. Fucking hell. Look, Lacazette was our player of the season in 18-19, and in his first season he was good, reasonably good too. But since last season and into this, he's just dropped off, and he came on, he did nothing, zero. I think I'm done with Lacazette because he like Alba's dropped off a cliff. Um, so Lacazette for me is done. I think it's harsh to say that he's always been shit. If a player's player of the year, he can't have always been shit. That's just not logical. But um, no, Lacazette done, zero. Nelson, again, he was lively. Some of his final balls and distribution weren't excellent, but again, he tried, so I'll give him a six. Um, who else came on? Oh yes, Holding. I think Holding came on for Louise, innit? I'll give him probably a three. No, I'll be generous, a four. Wasn't outstanding, but none of the goals were his fault as such. Um, yeah, and as for the out goodly manager, oh my god. I would say for me zero. You know, I don't know why I'm being so generous. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a kind soul at heart. I don't know, but probably a one. Um, for the simple reason that the lineup was okay. I didn't have any serious issues with the lineup. Actually, you know what? Before I do Arteta, I'm going to do Willock. I forgot Joe Willock. Willock for me gets a three. He tried, but he didn't really impact the game in the ways that he should have. He tried to get forward and press up high, but he didn't. I know. The thing is, Willock is a player. He's not a creative, you know, player as such. He's not a playmaker. But as a number eight, his role really, or his strengths really are to get the ball, dribble, link up with the forwards, and he didn't do that enough. So he tried, but wasn't effective. So for me, if I have to give him probably a two, to continue the generosity train, three. Then what's his name? Yeah, back to Arteta. Uh, Probably a one for the simple reason that the lineup was good, the formation is good. No Lacazette, Aubameyang was up top, but the team management, sorry, the game management, keeping the same formation, getting out tacticked and outschooled and outsmarted again, not learning from mistakes, um, bad defending. Sorry, but for me, one, and he frankly has to go. It's as simple as that. So it's very sour. And we have Tottenham next, the Scum. Uh, Now the Scum reckon that they could win their first league title in what, 2 generations is it, or some shit like that. But Arsene Wenger still won more leagues than they ever have. So, but yeah, um, well, we'll see. But as for now, I'm gonna say it's a dark day for Arsenal. It's been a dark season. It's been, even though we've won trophies in the last 10 years, it's been a dark 10 years because I think there's a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of critically stupid mistakes that have cost us the opportunity to challenge. Um, and ultimately, it does go back to KSC, the owner, because if KSC facilitated a ruthless attitude, in the last 10 years, we would have won at least one league title. I'm positive of that because we've come close on a few occasions, and with just a little extra, little more drive and ambition and ruthlessness, we probably would have gone over the line. Maybe, dare I say it, win a Champions League, or at least have done a far better show in it than we did. So, you know, that's what it is. Arsenal won, Wolves 2, and yeah, dark day, but you just have to hope we can sneak a result at Spurs and, whatever.